Welcome back, tankers of Blitz Universe, to the channel. We are taking a look today at the Pz Sfl IV C, also known as the Death Toaster. It's the first one in the new line of German tank destroyers. It's the Tier 5, it's the Flak Bus. It's big, it's got no armor, but it's got an amazing gun, especially the top gun. We'll get to that in a second, and I'll explain to you as well why you shouldn't fit the top gun on this tank. This tank, it's a bit of extremes. Good penetration, good DPM, like I said, no armor, but as you can see here, it's also quite fast, 60 kilometers per hour top speed. No problem whatsoever. 1.9 second aim time, that's very good. 220 alpha damage on your AP, 220 alpha damage on APCR, and the penetration values for the tiers 4 and 5 that it will see. Those are just excellent. That's why you don't need the top gun on this tank, because you get an increase of penetration, you get a slight increase in terms of DPM, but in my opinion it's not needed. We're gonna take a look at the statistics and point out some of the main pros and cons of the tank. I've played quite a few of the games in this match before. After that I also watched the review of my fellow community contributor Skate from Requiem Clan. I'll leave a link in the comments below to his review, because he has some excellent pointers as well. And for the sake of the community, I think 2 reviews of the same tank, it can only be beneficial, because you get to see the tank and people using it from 2 perspectives, and that can only be a good thing. Meanwhile, we are here trying to do some ridge fighting over at Canal. You could see I managed to get one shot into that leopard. He had issues with the gun depression. I don't have issues with the gun elevation. And I whacked 2 shots into the front of the other Death Toaster, and that's what I think you need to be well aware of. You don't have the armor, obviously, but if you face one of the other Death Toasters, they don't have any armor either, and an HE round will penetrate and do quite a lot of damage. So here we go, let's take a look at all the statistics and what makes this tank the tank that it is. Like said, as you can see here, the top gun, it doesn't lead to nothing. There are no armor spots available on the tank 2014-14. It's quite maneuverable. It's mostly bulk more than weight, 400 engine horsepower, 60 km top speed. Here you can see the rate of fire just under 7, 1.9 second aim time, and 220 average damage on the gun. Penetration values are quite good. Engine power again 400. Like I said, the penetration values are quite good on the tank, but it can be penetrated by any tank on the field as well. For example, this Hetzer, it can mount this gun, the Sturmhowitzer 42 L28, and this will wreck you in 2 shots. We're gonna see some of those bits in terms of getting wrecked and wrecking other people in the game. We are over here on Middleburg, and despite the fact that I'm a very weak armor tank, I still want to go up and help the team over here. We have 3 mediums and they have 3 mediums, but they also have 2 heavies, and we're gonna try to support the team over here. This tank has, and that's something Skate pointed out at first, but I think I'll just add to the fun and mention it as well. This tank has excellent view range, so that's something you should use and abuse over and over again. You'll spot any tank on the same tier, on tier 5, earlier than they will spot you. Except for the Leopard, that one also has 250 meters of view range. But the Death Toaster also has 250 meters of view range, and that's something that's usually for the mediums at tier 7 and 8, 250 meters of view range. None of the other tanks will get that. You can add a bit of camouflage as well by using the camo patterns available, enhance your camo rating even more. You see I'm switching to HE straight away. Can't shoot the toaster here, he's behind the walls. But like I said, I'm a bit backing and forth between all my comments. You should really switch to HE again. There you go. And he is toast. Irresistible, pun intended. You should really enhance all the things you can do about the camo. You have to mount a camo net. It is mandatory. You can't drive this thing without a camo net. You have to use a rammer. Why do you have to use a rammer? Because it's a rammer and it adds to your rate of fire. And your rate of fire is good, but it's nothing really spectacular. So that's why you have to use a rammer. You can see the tank also has no gun depression. I'm moving over this ridge, and at the elevation it's superb, being a flak gun on top of a moving chassis, but the gun elevation is next to nothing. And that also leads us to the question, what gun do I mount? Do I mount the top gun, the L47, or do I mount the L56? Take a close look at the statistics. They are mostly identical. The L74 gets a bit high rate of fire, the pen numbers are a lot better, but you get a better dispersion, you get a bit worse in aim time, and that aim time makes it easy for the tank to do some snapshots. So we take the tank into the training rooms, and people, if you take one thing from this video, use the training rooms if you are doubtful about what gun you should fit. Having the Flak Bus here, taking a look through sniper mode, pointing it up a bit, you can see you can point the gun up very easily, quite high. I can look all the way to the left over there. If there were any people over there, I could shoot them. If there was a tank on top of the factory, I'm going to shoot them. And you can still you can see my binocs and the camo net are still in work, and that means I haven't moved the tank. Now I've moved it. Binocs ineffective. Camo net ineffective. Every time you move the tank with your binocs and your camo fitted, those will get ineffective, and the camo rating itself of the toaster, it isn't that good, and that has huge effects on the other gun, the L74. Because if you go to the tank and you decide to mount the L74 as we are doing here, you do get the better penetration numbers. True, you do get a better rate of fire. But have a look if we get into the game, if we spawn at Copperfield and take a look through sniper mode. Just take a look at the difference between the L56 and the L74, and that is gun arc. There you can see it. Those two small red bips to the left and the right, you can see them over here. I'm already moving the tank. I have to move the tank a lot, traverse a lot if I want to shoot at the same spots I can do with the L56. It's a very narrow gun arc, and that narrow gun arc is absolutely useless on Blitz itself, and it's even more useless on a tank as weakly armored as this. The only thing where it might be useful is if you have fish and tanks driving in a barrel. If you can shoot streets and like this, and openings like this, there you go, and you can shoot this one very easily. But if there's any tank popping up on the right, you have to move the tank, you have to aim at them, and you lose your camo rating and your binocs. So the only map that gun would be useful maybe would be Himmelsdorf, probably, with all those streets available and all the firing channels over there, but none of the other maps on the game the gun won't benefit from any of the other maps in the game really. The other penetration doesn't, it's not necessary. You have APCR and it gives you the same amount of penetration on the AP, on the top gun, and that extra amount added, adding over 200 mils of penetration values, it really is not necessary. Here you can see I am getting shot straight away. Sorry, M4 for pushing you out, but you have a bit more armor hopefully to withstand it, and especially some more hit points left. But I'm moving away straight away over here, keeping the rock between me and those tanks, and there is no use for me over here. So I'm relocating, and that's one of the key features of the tank as well. You can drive the toaster at 60 kilometers per hour. Can we shoot the Electo? No. Can we shoot the Churchill? Yes, we can. So we stay here, binocs, camo, and just keep firing away. Wait for him for the turret front to pop. Straight through, and gone is the Churchill. One spotted on the right. Chinu is behind me, he's oblivious to it. So moving back into cover, down over there, and like I said, the tank itself, the toaster, it's actually quite nimble. It's not a T-44 moving tank. It's not a tank like the Leopard, but it is quite fast and 44 degrees of traverse. That's useful too. We are moving and moving around. I'm trying to get into a spot to be effective. I hope my camera is reset so I can safely move up this ridge over here. Been unfortunate because we missed this shot on the DW2. I was spotted and I didn't really want to get a shot in from the back. It's 1-on-4 now. This shot goes in. 2-on-4. And we are doing quite a good job here. Trying to spot people. I'm backing up again like you saw there. And here you can see the traverse put to work, because I can shoot all the way to the right and all the way to the left without moving my tank. I keep my binocs there. Electro, that's a bit unfortunate. Now he's gone anyway. KV shoots him. I'm moving up again, switching to HE. That's mandatory if you are shooting other toasters / flak buses. There we go. You don't even need the 270 alpha damage. But now we have a bit of a problem, because there is a Chinu on the back and he's been shooting a lot of people. That Lee gets shot now. KV shoots the Chinu. I'm hoping for a high damage roll now on the Chinu. He has 204 left, but we get a low damage roll, 220 average alpha, and we don't one-shot the Chinu, and he backs into cover just a bit too early. I make a mistake here by charging in on him, because I get shot now into the side by the Pz Sfl IV, and that shot cost us the match. I could have killed that Pz Sfl IV easily on one shot. I do kill the Chinu. But I should have stayed down there, maybe back up a bit, because the Pz Sfl IV was just waiting for me. Rolling again, looking at the A20, there's a Pz Sfl IV, and this one goes miss as well. There you go. And we are shot. That also shows that the toaster is quite a nimble tank. It traverses pretty well. The KV1 has the 57mm mounted. And we're gonna lose this match. Bit unfortunate really, but then again, I should have known better.